Hi. Sorry, Thomas sent me a Instagram. What's my button? This one. I was distracted. Apparently I didn't cover this paint well enough last week. It's a little dried out. It's okay. How would you button? I feel like they're set up just slightly differently enough compared to the other stream deck, like the breakfast stream deck. Just slightly differently enough that it's like, wait, which button is it? They're worded a little bit different. Morning, everyone. Ow! We're painting this today. If only we could change this. I need to go look at what the other one says and then change it on this one, so it doesn't throw me off anymore. Yeah, that was my shoulder. Last week I drew these grid lines thinking I was going to grid this and draw it. And then we learned that wasn't going to happen, so now I should just like erase them. And realize that they're not going to fully erase. Wait, I thought we were playing more Yote today. I wish! Alright. I am excited about the painting. I can't do both at the same time. There was talk at some point, like, if I'm waiting for things to dry, I could switch to playing a game for a little bit and then come back to the painting. Why is this here? But that's difficult and does require a lot more setup. No art, only game. With some adjustments, this could easily be a painting of Mount Yote. Yeah, it's not that far off. But we're gonna let it be Mount Fuji. If you want it to be Yote in your heart, you can. Oh god. Knocking things over. I'm really excited today about this painting because every time I walk in here and see the burnt umber, sienna, this is sienna, it throws me off. And I'm like, can't cover it to see how painting will look. So today I'm hoping that we can like get all of the land blocked in and then I can just put some sort of not orange color on the water. And like the orange color is influencing the final piece, right? That's why we do an underpainting. Because I can see it through the sky. I can see it in here. There's places I will see it, and that's fine, but like this giant stripe of orange is visually throwing me off. I just need it to not be so intense. It will help immensely. Purple Bike Friend was over to check out my new bike helmet and see if he wanted to order the same kind last week. And was looking at the painting because I finally got to show him the fender. And I gave him the fender last week also. And I was like, I'm sorry, you have to look at the orange. It throws you off. But he really liked the fender. He kind of like danced around a little bit with it and was like, I'm so excited. So I'm glad you like it. All right, cleaned off palette. Let's dry off the palette. I used way too much water today. You only need to include Mr. Oates. Just paint a little horse. Tiny horse. We're almost ready to paint. This is exciting. I've been very happy with this painting. Every time I walk in here, I'm like, ooh, look at it. Sorry, I'm looking at something on my screen. Did those go through? Don't they turn color? I don't know. We're just going to hit these buttons. And then we're going to go click up here. We have a 34-month resub from Aldo, 33 months from Brina BX, and also 34 from the Slick Duke. Thank you all for the resubs this morning. On Friday morning, where it is incredibly cold in Raleigh. It is mid-30s, and that is upsetting. Alright, so I had painted this last week, and I wanted to do another wash over it. I need my photograph. iPad, please. Thank you. Sappy says, oh, same, 33 here. Yeah, it's chilly. It's so chilly. Alright, we need another wash. And then we have another landmass here, big landmass, and then like tiny landmass. The other thing I have to decide is if I'm going to put these buildings in here. Because what I've painted so far, you can't see details of buildings. But once I paint this guy right here, this one, there's like buildings that sit here. And then this tiny strip of dark blue here has buildings. I don't know. I don't know if I should paint those or not, or if I should just leave it blue land. It does give it a little more visual interest, because it's stuff, but also like, do we need it there? I don't know. But then like, is it too basic? I don't know if that's the word I want. 46 in London today? That sounds beautiful. And we also have 17 months from Siraj. Thank you. Good morning. The forecast was saying possible snow this weekend in Raleigh. Possible. I don't believe it. We'll see. Alright, so I'm taking some glazing liquid, some zinc white because it's transparent. And then realizing that there's definitely not enough paint to make a difference on this. Oh yeah, definitely not enough paint. We don't need to tone this down as much because we get less of the atmospheric perspective here. There's less of the mist in each subsequent layer. So the fact that this is transparent, and more so than I kind of want it to be, is probably good. All right, let's try this again. I think that's still too transparent. More white paint. Can't stop staring at the clouds. These ones right here, I really like these ones. Those ones are my favorite. And I'm glad to hear Baby Moose is off oxygen. I saw the photo yesterday with just the little nose piece. All right, I think that's opaque enough. All right, fluffy brush. This one or this one? This one. The reason I'm doing it here is just to give this a little bit of variation, because see how flat it looks? And then like the second I do this, it looks less flat. It doesn't need much, it just needs a little bit. And even though it's not consistent across it, like do you see how it's dark right here? The photograph shows a little bit of that because like this isn't just going to be a straight range of hillside here. There are some layers and some other parts into that, so I'm leaving that on purpose. And you can see around the corner a little bit that it needs that too. Perfect. And just like that, that layer is done. On to the next one. All right, I was using ultramarine and sienna. So we are doing less sienna, less white in each layer. And my next layer is, there's one here. And this one is different than the one here. This one over here is darker. So I could paint them both at the same time and then just lighten that up a little bit. but they're separated from each other by the big one that sits here. So their colors are going to look different. See how dark that looks? It is like a navy blue. It's still too dark. Let's make it slightly more blue and less navy. That is so dark. And yeah, it's dark on the painting. Or it will be. Need to be. But it's not light enough yet. We have 5 months from Dragonstorm. 5 months, let's go. Good morning. I was excited yesterday when I realized that today was Friday. It took me a while to get it. Took a while to load up, yeah. How do I feel about this blue? This is a good blue for this side, so I think I'm gonna pull a little bit of it. Still trying to recover from Mag, Tech says, or Slickduke says. Mag looked like a lot of fun. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I have enough paint to do this. I didn't mix up enough. Let's see. Ugh. All right, I am going to start right here. And just rough this in a little bit. And down here, it kind of sits at a low point. And I'm feeling like this might be too dark. That's okay, I can paint back over it a little bit if I need to. And I can leave this one a little softer because we're starting to see trees and details on these layers. It's not just such a harsh line anymore. And I do think this is too dark. Which means that the color I had mixed over here for this one, definitely too dark. So this might be perfect over here. So let's see. Right about here. I think that's too dark as well. Well, let's lighten them both up and redo them. That's fine. We can do that. We have a 34-month resub from Laylith. Good morning. That's a little bit lighter, but just barely. That's better. All right, we'll go with that. I put some plastic on the floor from unwrapping this canvas and it's been getting in my way. I should move it. That looks way better of a color. Now we're just going to lighten it up a little bit more and redo this side. I think it was just too big of a jump. From the layer behind it, essentially. And like maybe the layer behind it should have been, this one should be even darker than this one and I should have stepped it further, but we're not. It's fine. A little bit lighter. Now, is that too much? That's the problem. I'm gonna say no, it's not too much. I think it is too much. Radio track. And I'm out of my navy blue color, so I need to mix a little bit more up so I can re-darken up this color. All right, we remix some navy, and then we're just gonna fix this. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good, I'm glad.
Just came in to look at your painting.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
How's chat doing today? They're good. They're streaking. Oh. God, I haven't gone streaking in such a long time. It brings back memories. Alright, bye.
Are you leaving? Oh, not yet.
Oh, to get a haircut?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I was supposed to get a haircut at 11.
Uh-huh.
And they called me and they're like, hey, he's real backed up. Can you come in at 1? And I was like, yeah. That's fine. And they're like, okay, great. So
Hi, Noah. Good morning.
I'm getting the haircut, but it'll be like later. I'll have a haircut
By stream tonight, hopefully.
by stream tonight, yeah. So I'm gonna work on stuff until then.
Okay.
Back on enough time to get a hot dog. I was thinking of stopping
Also,
by.
what are we doing for dinner
Well,
tonight?
I was thinking of stopping by Costco on the way home,
Uh-huh.
like after my haircut,
Uh-huh.
and then picking up.
Dinner, but also a hot dog?
Well, I don't know. Dinner.
What?
Dinner. I was gonna pick up dinner.
And a hot dog.
I mean, who knows? Who knows what'll happen? You know, they could be out of hot dogs. It's never happened before, but today could be today. You don't know. Okay, let's stay ahead. I don't know how many hot dogs Thomas has had this year.
Has he told you?
I mean, I think it's 0. I think he hasn't started.
Hmm.
But again, if he buys a pack, you know, that's gonna make things difficult for me because I don't bring hot dogs into the home. I don't want to eat hot dogs here. I want to eat them at Costco. So.
Oh, this is a way better blue.
You got blue pinions?
Well, see, I had done this blue and it was too dark. And then I did this blue and it was too light. So now we're doing a medium blue and painting over it, the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna start over here.
I'm gonna work on some stuff until I have to go.
Okay.
I have a
Haircut.
I do have a haircut. I have a new vlog that's like, the edit is done. I just have to fill out metadata.
Oh, I have a time lapse to upload.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go.
Or post, rather. I have it ready.
Yeah. It's like dude says, is that the one you shared in Discord? Yeah. Yeah. So the edit's ready. I just need to get it ready to release. I uploaded it this morning, so just gotta do that. This one's been a bit of a thorn in my side. It's not even the video itself. It's that we've had like a lot of stuff going on this past week and a half. So I've had to continually like stop one thing and do another. And there was quite a bit that I couldn't do without you.
Yeah.
Right? So then I had to keep dragging Mal away to like get her
To watch it and see if I had like photos that you could put in it.
Yeah, we talk about the Japan trip and you know, I needed photos that Mal had and I had to like, she had to tell me what was what, so.
I couldn't just give him all the photos.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have done me any good. So it was a collaborative effort, which is fine, but also I hate that because it means I can't just sit down and do it myself. But it's finally done, and then I can get to work on like the other things in my life. All right.
That's a better blue, isn't that? That looks way better. Like, see how light this is? And it was too dark, but now it's like just right. Wonderful. One of these days there won't be any of the mist on the layers. That day is not today. I mean, it may be today, because the last layer won't have any. But it's not this layer. Where'd the yellow yellow brush go? There it is. It's hiding. What day is Shark Fin Island Day? This photo, the one I'm working from, doesn't have it. That was the other photo, Vagabond. I'm still debating if I want to do a gold wash over this like I did with those water drops, because my photo is a lot more gold than like the white of the clouds I have in here. So I'm still debating if I want to do that. My plan is to finish the painting, take a photo, and then throw it in Photoshop and see how I feel about it. We have a 34-month resub from Jamie. Thank you. Good morning. This maybe needs a little bit more glazing liquid. Just a little more transparency on this layer. Vagabond isn't wrong. No. Vagabond is not wrong. But it's definitely a layer that's going to be in the water, and therefore it is not happening yet. Is that enough? No, I don't think it's enough. More. Better. All right. This one dry yet? No, we need to give that one a second. All right. Once I do the mist on this layer, then I have to make decisions about if I'm painting buildings or not. It will be pretty without, and with shows a level of, what's the word I want in art, in aesthetics? The word that's coming to mind is maturity, but that's not the right word I'm trying to think of. Adding the buildings in is showing a modernization of it, and it's not just like a pretty landscape picture. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's more of an accurate representation of how it looks. So that's why I'm kind of being drawn to doing the buildings versus Fantasy Mountain. Ooh, we are shedding lots of bristles now. No. Oh, shoot. Now I'm causing more problems for myself. Don't do that. I made the mistake of using my fingernail and the blue paint was not fully dry. Will this get covered? Maybe. Will you notice it? Probably not. Will I notice it? Most assuredly. Fidelity Mountain. The other thing I'm noticing right here is I've left kind of a little bit of a line. I don't like it. Yeah, I see that. I know what's happening. It's fine. Okay. On to the second to last layer. And this one only gets a little bit of mist. So that's good. I think I need to get some 2-part epoxy next time I'm at the store. Because some of my brush handles are starting to come loose from the ferrule. So I need to fix that. Okay. Let's do this penultimate layer. So I need something darker than this. Not this, or darker than this too, but not incredibly dark because that's not where we're at yet on the painting. I'm also out of room on my palette. I love that I've done that. Burnt umber? Do I have the tube around? I do, but it's almost empty. Ouch. See, like that's way too dark to jump to, but I can mix it into the last layer and go for something slightly more in between. Steven, can you shut your door? And/or my door? Thank you. Hearing myself talk is confusing. All right, I don't know if this is too light, so we're gonna start painting with it and we will see how it feels. Now, it starts here, so on top of this layer, it's definitely gonna look dark. But will it look dark across the other layers? Did you say something? Oh, that was just me. Okay. Oh, we have two 34-month resubs from Sherlock and Harumi Kindle, and it started a hype train. Friday morning hype train. Like, see, does that feel the right blue on top of this color? I almost feel like it's too light. Where's my horizon? Not horizon, my waterline? Shoreline? That's the word you want, shoreline. It's at 4.5. 4.5. I should do this in pencil. 4.5. There, that helps me a little bit. And 34 months from Houndsplash, thank you. We had 3 34s in a row. So the next layer, like if this is the horizon, shoreline, that's the word we just remembered. If that's the shoreline, then the layer above that should be approximately like here, which means that my layer I'm currently painting needs to be up even higher than that. Like there. I don't know about that darkness still. I think it's still too light maybe, but once I get this whole hillside in, I think it'll feel better. So if this is supposed to be, oh God, what am I doing? That mountain is that mountain. So this is the vertical piece that comes back to that. And then we get valley. And then it kind of makes a little bit of a mesa platformy thing. I think I made it too low. We'll just make that less deep. And there's like some very defined trees, like right in here. Still feel like my little valley here is a little bit too deep. Good morning, Bardic. We have a 34-month resub from Andrew in the Kitchen. Halfway between... What is that emote? Good morning. Vagabond, don't worry about it. 4.5 with my shoreline. Where is that? Perfect. I'm getting paint on my ruler. Just making sure I'm filling in all of this. Now that it's there, it feels like it's the right dark blue. It's not off anymore. Now I'm gonna take a small brush and start to add in some of these buildings. Some smaller details. And we're gonna start with this tiny radio tower. Maybe it's a tree. Oh, it's hard to tell. Oh, I have a zoom. Do we see it? Right here? This is what I was talking about with when I was debating adding in details like this, like the buildings. Because it makes it a little bit more interesting to look at, but it's not like overly simplifying it, and it's not making it a fantasy of what it should be, I guess. So that's why I'm deciding to do it. All right, now, lighter blue. So along the shoreline here, we have these buildings. So I'm just giving kind of a hint of them, I guess. I should use glazing liquid and not water. To make this just a little more transparent. Because we're just trying to give a hint of it, so it's sort of there. Yeah, this is the right call. It's kind of like adding in the clouds. Did I hit the mic? Oh, sorry. I wasn't even paying attention. Alexa, we can hear the art. Can you hear the brush scratching the canvas? It was not bad? Alright. See, there's just a hint of buildings. That's all we needed. 4D experience. Okay. Now I need to do a light wash on this layer, just a one layer of the clouds, of the mist, and then we can do the final land layer with its buildings. Why am I mixing up blue? I need white. You go over here. And we mix up more of this. Just the concept of buildings, but not making them look like buildings. Zinc. LaCroix buildings. Where'd that cat go? There was a bristle in one of my last few layers I painted. And I'm trying to let it dry because the last time I tried to use my fingernail to pull it out, I scratched all the way down to the underlayer. And you can see the orange. So we're trying not to do that. So I'm hoping that when I get to the point where I can peel it off the paint, and I do that, it doesn't leave a weird hole underneath itself. We will have to see. So just like before, this is just going to tone it down enough that it's not flat looking. That feels good. Like the amount I put on and how I left this part here a little bit darker. Good. We have a 32-month resub from K Cranion. Good morning. I also can... Do you see right here by my nail? There's one and then two. There's like two little radio towers over there. There's just two lighter lines, barely. Now we get to do the last layer. Yay. I might get as far as I wanted today, which was blocking in the water. We're almost there. All right. Probably just barely too dark. So I'm going to mix a little bit of the last layer into it. And still call that probably darker than or lighter than I want it to truly be in the end, but that's okay. I think once it's on the canvas, it will be just right. And I'm going to use a stiffer brush this time to do the edge of this because you should be able to see slightly more of it. And we're going to draw on that shoreline. Four and a half. 4.5, 4.5. Oh, that's not going to work. Not at all. We need to lower that to 4.25. Yeah, we need to do that. All right, where's my line over here? I lost it. There it is. Okay, that helps me much. Now we can paint this. So, nope, don't switch photos. Right about here is kind of where this color ends. And we start to see water. And it's not that I have to paint the shoreline perfect, I can paint this layer down into the water. But if I know where the bottom of it should be, I can accurately judge how tall I need to make it. And not guess. Because over here, it sits kind of this tall. When I start painting the water, what I'm probably going to do is lay down a piece of tape. We have a subscription from Elksame. Hi, welcome in. Friday morning paint stream. Technically it's starting to become afternoon. All right, this layer kind of just like fades out to about here. And kind of a pretty regular slope, I guess. Fossick says, oh hey, long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while. Glad to see you. This layer also is going to get some buildings. Glad to catch a stream while I'm working from home. It's like a podcast. Kind of. I think this needs to be taller. So we're just gonna make it taller. And then this layer doesn't really continue over here much. There's hints of it. Where we get kind of the podcast where I can look up and say, ooh, pretty colors before going back to spreadsheets. Fair. And ooh, pretty colors. So there's just like little hints of another landmass over here. Just barely. Now we can add in some detail in here. So we have some more buildings. Hi.
Hi, I am going to make my hair go away now.
Okay. Good luck. Drive safe.
Thanks. I'll bring dinner?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Love you, bye-bye.
Love you. Bye-bye. More buildings. Every time. Radio Dread says, even when you know it's coming, it's still scary. I mean, like, logically, I know he has to open the garage door to leave. But it still throws me off. I'm just trying to give a little bit of variation to some of these. So they look a little bit more square, and that's a problem I'm running into, is that they don't really look square, they look round. But I'm also using a filbert, so if I switch to this round and just make sure I do like sharper corners, they will look more building-esque. They look way more building-like. Okay, good. Needed that. Then, let's see, there's a few more of these out here. You know how I said that this layer didn't get any mist? Changed my mind. Just needs a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Cool. Oh my god, we can finally block in water. Can you believe it's finally here? Oh my god. It's finally time. My plan is to block in the water, is to do a light wash of blue across all of this orange. Because we do want some of the water in there. We do want it to have a little bit of an orange tone. So I'm going to basically mix up a giant glazing layer to fill it in. And then next week, when it sits dry, we'll start to add a little bit of the ripples in. So I probably want a fresh palette so I don't get a bunch of dried paint in this one. And I want it to be very light. So I'm thinking I might just use what I have here. And we want soft brush, but not fluffy. Soft brush. Soft brush. Wish you were a little bit wider. Let's go with this one. See, just a wash of it. We're still seeing the orange. And we're going to get bristles. And the reason we're not doing more than this is because I want to tape off the shoreline with some painter's tape. And we can't do that until everything is dry, which will have to be not today. I can still see this pencil line because I really carved into the paint with it. Pull some of this down. And I lost the pencil line somewhere in here doing my layers. But that's okay because I'm going to block it in next week and redraw it. No. Will this piece be up for auction? Yes. Today, actually, I'm going to be releasing the time-lapse for the Obscura piece. So that one's first, and then I'll ship that next week. And then after that is bike painting, and then after that is that Galaxy one where I was messing with the colors and just kind of playing around with something I had that turned out really cool. And then after that will be this one. That helps. The water's obviously not done, but that helps a lot. We have a 34-month resub from Epic DXX. Good morning. Hello. There's a little bit of a ridge of paint from doing that, so I'm just going to do that. Pull it. Perfect. Cool. So my plan with the water is to keep doing some layers of it because I want to keep a little bit of this orange in it. Just a little bit of it. But all of our other layers are looking good. Is this dry enough to get this bristle out yet? It is. Yay. It's looking really cool. I'm really glad all of the land is done now. The water is still throwing me off because there's a lot more orange than I want in it. But we will work on that next week because I want to be able to put a piece of tape down to protect the land part so I can like kind of paint a little bit more laissez-faire on it. And let that be a bit softer. That is the plan. All right. Let's talk about stuff coming up. Tonight, if you didn't hear, actually the first thing that's going to happen is once I am done here and I've cleaned up all of this, I'm going to go push publish on the Obscura painting. If I wipe my hands down, I can grab it so you can remember which one it was. So that'll be the first thing. Because I have eBay ready to go, I have Redbubble ready to go, I have YouTube ready to go. And I cannot schedule, of the three, I can't schedule Redbubble, so I can't ever I have to go hit buttons to publish anything. I remember one time I was in Minneapolis and I was trying to publish something from my phone while we were at the Contemporary Art Museum, trying to publish eBay and then grab the link and then go put it in YouTube. So let me grab this painting. This is the one that's going to go live for auction and time-lapse and eBay. And Redbubble once I'm done here. So after I'm done with this stream, this is going to go up. So if you're interested in this, go check that out in probably like the next 20 minutes on my YouTube channel. The link tree will have everything too as well, so that'll be updated. Slick2 says, I forgot about this one. Yeah, it's been a little bit. So that one will be going up live. And then later on tonight, Sparklies, if you didn't hear, we are playing Exit 8 Platform 8 tonight on Steven's channel, which I know like this much about. I knew just enough to know the name and know what the game looks like. So tune in for that. I'm excited to play it. We picked it up while we were in Japan. Mods are fighting again. 2 of you fought at MagFest. And let's see, Monday night, we're continuing playing Ghost of Yote, which has been wonderful. I should remember this time how to play the game, because it had been a week since I played it, and I was like, wait, how do I parry? But as we play more, I will remember better. I'm finding it's just a normal stream. So that's Monday night is Ghost of Yote. Tuesday will be breakfast stream. Wednesday, I don't know if Steven has a longer game picked out yet, or if he's doing Democracy again. And he's not here to ask because he's getting a haircut. And then next Friday morning, we will continue this. We will tape off our shoreline, we will paint all the water, and then this piece will be done. I really like the colors. Actually, it'll be done, and then we'll decide if we're going to do a gold wash on it, or if we're going to leave it where it is. We have to decide that. That's the very last thing to do. Thanks everyone for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday. I really hope to see you tonight for Exit 8 and Platform 8. I'm looking forward to seeing how they actually play, because I've only seen like a few seconds of one. So see you guys later. Have a good Friday, and thanks for being here.